What's up, family, friends? It's your boy Ron Hawk.
And my boy D.
And the real dope boy.
And together, man, we make a unit.
44
Sports Talk. And we back again with another hot episode, bringing you the hottest topics in sports. But before we jump into that, drummer boy D, tell them where they can find us on Instagram.
Check us out at Unit 44 Podcast. Make sure y'all check out our link tree.
Dope boy, tell them where they can find us on Facebook.
Man, go right there on Facebook, type in Unit 44 Sports Talk,
Yes,
and make
sir.
sure y'all like our page and share it too.
And as always, find us on YouTube, Unit 44 Sports Talk at the same name as Dope Boy said. Like, subscribe, comment, run those numbers up, man. So, man, we got a great show for you guys on today. We starting off with some breaking news. It's just been confirmed that Dennis Schroeder, however he says his last name, has signed a 1-year deal worth $9.5 million with the Boston Celtics. Now, before I let them talk, let me tell y'all the significance of that. Dennis Schroeder was previously a Los Angeles Laker, and he was offered a 4-year between $80 and $85 million contract. During the season, he turned it down, and then after the season ended, he kind of really got no offers. Lakers didn't offer him anything else. No other teams really came up, except the Celtics, who gave him $9 million. Drummer boy D, why couldn't Schroeder get no deals, and how did he land on this $9 million deal?
He want to be somebody he's not. Like, he's not that guy. He's not even. I mean, he's a straight role player, but he's not a starter. You know, I wouldn't say he's a starter, even though he can start. He's not a starter. So why leave? Why turn down 80 million or whatever like that, and then not even. But see, that's when you're supposed to think of yourself in a way, but that's when you think too highly of yourself. I'm not turning down 80 million and not knowing I have no other offers on the table. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that's dumb. Like that's all I got to say. But that's just dumb. That's too much money to play around with. Go ahead, bro.
The boy.
Man, Dennis Schroeder was trying to play what's that card game? Blackjack. When you try your best to get to 21.
Oh,
Well,
Blackjack.
that's the way I put it, because you was steady asking for card. You feel me? And here it is. You wind up losing. You know.
You
Ooh, I like that. I
He
like
didn't-
that.
he didn't bust,
I like that, bro.
So-
Yeah, that makes sense. I was lost at first, but that makes sense, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, also on top of that, the Lakers was willing to give him a second chance, even though in the finals he choked. You know what I'm saying? So now, hey, they declining. Well, I knew for a fact they weren't gonna give him no more money. So he took the only offer they could, which the bosses gave him. So, but he's stupid for doing that.
Yeah, that was definitely a dumb decision, because he wanted something like $100-something million. That's what he wanted from the Lakers. And my thing is, I wouldn't have made the Lakers feel like I wasn't coming back.
Right.
Okay, yeah, maybe I want to see what everybody else is talking about, but on the same front, I would have made the Lakers feel like, hey, I want this contract.
Right.
I'm just weighing my options. You know what I'm saying? So they wouldn't have pulled it,
Facts.
and pulled the trigger on the Westbrook trade. Once Westbrook got there, then it was over. There wasn't no reason for him to come back then. So I would have made my communication with the Lakers a little better, so I wouldn't have completely lost that. I mean, man, you've gone from $80 million down to $9 million. Now, I mean, that's a lot for us, but for him, that's a huge loss, because that's the kind of money you're accustomed to, and you're expecting to make that kind of money, and then you drop down to $9 million,
Bust.
and they were the only team that reached out to you.
Right.
32 teams, only one team reached out to you.
Yeah, 32 teams in the league.
30. My bad.
Okay.
My bad.
Man.
I'm thinking NFL. My bad. 30 teams in the NBA, and one reached out to you, and you're supposed to be a all-star point guard, and you only got interest from one team. Now, granted, the Boston Celtics are a good up-and-coming team, so they're gonna have a good squad.
They'll be up and coming, man. Them
Right.
niggas ain't never be big for us. Ever be up. Every year is up and coming, but like that's what they are. So he gonna feel right in. He
Yeah.
up and coming self, and his up and coming salary because he gonna never get back to the $80 million.
So let me ask y'all this:
Yeah.
that year he played in OKC with Chris Paul, was that a fluke year? Cause he was having
No.
a year of his life,
I call it a
season
fluke
of his
year.
life.
The reason why I say that, who that was, Reggie Jackson. Same thing. Him and Reggie Jackson did the same thing. This year was Reggie Jackson's fluke year. You know what I'm saying?
True. Reggie Jackson came
This
off the
year,
bench.
to me, Drew Holiday fluke year. Because we had Drew, he was always good.
Right.
But this nigga balled this year. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This was his fluke year, unless he proved me wrong. So, Dennis Schroeder, that was his fluke year. He can play. Of course, anybody in the NBA can play.
Right.
But to play like he played at OKC, I haven't seen that since then. You know what I'm saying? Unless I missed a couple things. But
Let's see. Fluke? No fluke.
We're talking about OKC?
yeah, it was Schroeder.
Yeah, way better than what he did in the Lakers, I think. Cause like that's when, he was all right in Atlanta, but when he got to OKC, we really like started recognizing him a little more. Like even for the Lakers to even try to get him on the
Right,
team, you know
right.
what I'm saying? Lakers a big team, you know what I'm saying? So
And that's what happened. They just saw him playing like that.
So-
right,
So do y'all think it was a matter of his surrounding? Like, so he was playing with Chris Paul. We know Chris Paul makes
Right.
he makes his teammates better.
Right.
So do you think it was leaving that situation going to the Lakers? Can he have a bounce back with Boston, or do we think what we saw with LA is who he really is?
with the right guidance, I think. Because as you saw with Chris Paul, the nigga balled out.
Mhm.
I don't want to call LeBron a bad leader,
Right.
but he don't make
He's not
everybody
always
on
the
him.
best teammate.
Right, because versus him making everybody better on the court, he don't make him better when he's off the court. Versus Chris Paul does that all the way around. So if he has somebody over there in Boston that's gonna be like, hey, you can do this, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna help him off the court. Then yeah, we'll see OKC. We might see an All-Star. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Think changing the Boston gonna help him?
yeah, I believe so. He like he said, like LeBron James, you know, and I don't have nothing against LeBron James, but he's
Right.
not the best leader. Like LeBron is like he like he a good asset when he on the court, not off the court.
Right.
So you know, I believe, you know, he'll do better on the Boston Celtics, you know. He ain't got nobody really threatening him, you know, somebody he can be scared of.
True.
So everybody really on their same level, you know, they young,
Right.
you know, so I feel like he might do better, you know.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, we hopefully, you know, he shake back with Boston. We'll see how that turn out. Maybe, we don't know. Maybe he play for $9 million this season and he get that $100 million contract next year. Don't know.
Nah,
Sometimes you gotta do.
He ain't never going back. Hey, he ain't never going back there. I'm for real, but like, he might get 15. He ain't never see 20. 20, but
You don't think
he'll
so?
never see 20 in the bowl. He'll never. Once you make that downfall,
Cause I put it like this, with OKC, they only really had one superstar, which was Chris. Now he getting on the Boston Celtics. You got Jalen
well,
Brown,
you already coming up behind
Jason
two
Tatum.
studs.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't even think he gonna be the big three. Honest. Cause who that big man is?
Is it straight Drummond?
No, Drummond went to Philly. I know they.
Drummond
I know
went to
they.
Philly.
I know they got what you call it back.
Yeah, he went to
Drummond ain't nobody.
What?
Philly.
Did you see?
Ain't
what he
nobody
did for
coming.
last
Ain't
year?
nobody gonna come in that bank.
Did you see what he did for us
He ain't
last
been
year?
nobody since the Pistons.
Nothing.
Wait. Oh yeah, he was with the Lakers.
Yes, nothing.
They ain't signed him man.
He barely played. He come play.
Well,
on
he
top.
was trying to like figure out the game.
You also
type.
got to think about that. You know,
They
a
play
lot of people
different.
won't get played during playoffs, you know, because of matchups.
Right.
So you acknowledge that. So I mean, but yeah, Drummond ain't
But
been
I
around
mean,
since the Pistons.
if they
real
gonna
talk.
start him and Embiid, I mean, you gotta.
Man, that's dumb as I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm saying his role is regressing. You becoming a bench player now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, it's true. They
That's
never
right.
put
That's
that.
right. Be an starter to in the end.
But yeah,
It
they got Horford back, and I don't know if they signed anybody else or not.
They gonna
But I know they
forever
for
be-
sure got Al Horford
They're
back.
gonna forever be 60 weeks. As in playoff season. We're talking about
You
the
think so?
Celtics, yeah, that would be 60 weeks.
Oh.
That would be with the moves that everybody made this year, bro.
And they've been quiet.
I'm gonna say 6.
They was too quiet.
Come on, move. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. They ain't nothing changed, you know.
I mean, they free agency ain't closed, but I mean, ain't much left out there on the market unless you swing, big trade.
And
So
before you go, he get signed back with Golden State, bro. I knew it.
back in
I
the
saw
Bay
a picture.
Area.
All they missing is Harrison Barnes. That's the same team that won in 15, bro.
Back in the Bay Area.
Hey, bro, that man over. That nigga still balling and locked down.
That's my favorite Golden State team of overtime. I mean, of overall.
Right. So I just wanted to do that out there.
But watch out for and I'm gonna send y'all they summer league highlights. But they 2 rookies, Moody and Kuminga. Them boys balling.
And we know what Golden State do with their rookies, bro. Like
That's what I'm saying.
It's shown and proved, bro. Like
That's all they do is build through the draft, and they just develop their players well.
Steph, Clay, Draymond. I like Jordan Bell myself. Now you see what they doing with Wiseman. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I ain't
Both of them boys,
they be
they
playing.
balling.
They
balling. They balling right now.
And they must teach. Don't be scared at the moment because I've never seen a rookie that played. What's my boy name? Patrick McCaw. When he came in, that was his rookie
McCaw,
year.
yeah.
Whenever he played and they won the championship, like they played
Oh,
up
yeah,
to that
that's
level
something
of not
Cook.
being scared.
Cook.
Quinn Cook, you know what I'm saying? They just teach winners and not being scared of us. So yeah, I can't wait, brother. It's gonna be dope. Quinn Cook, he was number 2, 4. Something like that.
Oh, Clark. No, I'm tripping.
No,
Cool.
Cook.
Quinn Cook. Which I showed them to you on the break. It's cool. It's all good. So next topic of business, man. The men's USA basketball team brought home the gold. Congratulations, fellas. Team USA women's basketball team also brought home the gold. We gotta shout y'all out. Congratulations. Also, the USA it had the most total golds out of the whole Olympic. And if I'm not mistaken, they had the most gold medals as well. So USA went to play. every sport, we kind of did our thing. So congratulations, USA. We're a dysfunctional country, but when time comes, we come together and do what needs to be done. So I want to ask this question on camera because I asked it off camera. Drum Boy D, are you willing to issue Team USA an apology for that debate that we had a couple weeks ago?
So your footage, you watched the footage before we came on live. Did you not say after these 2 games? What do I see right now? After these 2 games, I don't see it. I don't see them being the 08 or the 2012 team. Right or wrong? Mm-hmm. Did I ever say they was gonna lose not win a gold medal? Did I not say that? That's all I'm asking.
I don't remember.
Like I'm acknowledging that them boys won. They grew into what I expected of them. But after the first 2 games, I was scared. So I can't apologize for stating that part. I will acknowledge that they won. And they balled out in the end.
Would you
Their
acknowledge
start.
you were wrong about this team?
I was wrong about the outcome. As in they grew, But I ain't gotta apologize for nothing I ain't say.
What you feel about us taking on the gold?
They surprised me, man. That first 2 games, I was like, oh, this is a wrap. I ain't said on camera, but what I did say on camera, they offense had to win for them to get them gold medal.
And that's what eventually happened. They started shooting. I talked about that as well. And again, they had to get adjusted, but we used to 2 teams back then just coming out just shooting, not getting adjusted. But this team was a little different. I acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying? So you right about that, but I ain't got to apologize. I ain't saying it wrong.
Well, congratulations again, Team USA.
Dope job, man. Dope job.
I think the addition of Booker and Drew Holiday really helped their team along.
Drew Holiday still bro.
That dude,
that nigga balled
that
out.
Nigga playing he was playing some good defense on Olympics.
JaVale ain't do nothing?
No, bro.
Man,
That man
should have played my dog.
just took up a roster spot, man.
But they could have used
They could have gave it to somebody like Trey Young or somebody like that that could have. Anybody that could have.
But it ain't that they couldn't have used them though, bro, because they were getting beat on the offensive glass, right or wrong.
Yeah,
on the glass, they were was getting beat up bad, bro. Especially when they played Spain.
Who we beat? France with Rudy Gobert. He was killing us in the
That's
paint.
the game. Yeah,
but
that's the last game. Yeah.
only thing that saved us in that game was he was missing free throws. Like he was 1 for 2 every
And
time
we
he
were
went
making
up there
shots.
and
Like-
playing defense.
But
Only thing I don't like about Olympic play is their rules. Like they're inconsistent in what they call. Like they'll go down and let an obvious hard foul go. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll come back on the other end and just for pulling somebody's jersey, they call a foul. Like I don't like how they officiate. You know, I think that
You
was
gotta expect it, though.
yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
expect that.
And I don't. That was my only knock on Olympic play.
They let them play hard, but we can't play hard.
right.
Yeah, so you gotta expect that.
No, I mean, for most of the game it was like that. I mean, we did get away with some stuff here and there they let fly,
But it wasn't
but
like no punches, you know what I'm
but
saying?
you know the physicality. I say this: I like the physicality of Olympic play. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but I don't. You know, the refs have to be consistent in what they call. You know, but you know, we pulled that out anyway. So that's that. We got a lot more to get into. Got some great topics. We got a real good serious topic to get to at the end of this episode. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all watch the whole episode. But yeah, man, we're gonna get out of here real quick, take a little short break, and we'll see you guys on the other side.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make more money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Now back to the show.
What's up, fam? We're back from our short ad break. Listen, man, we got some more things to get into. So off top, the Warriors, Clippers, and the Kings have been talking to the Toronto Raptors about acquiring Pascal Siakam. Nothing has happened yet with either team. They're just kind of listening to the offers right now, just guess kind of see what offer they want to take. So, Dope Boy, if I could even get the question.
You don't never go first. You don't never go first. You go first.
I couldn't even get the
You
question.
had that on your mind to say already, man. Like you even said it, bro.
You didn't even let me get it out. Personally, I would like to see Pascal with the Golden State Warriors.
What? With the Warriors?
I think he would fit good. So I don't know. No, I do know. So a couple episodes back, when we were before the draft happened, we was discussing some moves or whatever, and I said that I thought the Warriors should have tried to trade for Pascal Siakam. So I've been saying this for weeks now, and so with this news coming out, you know, I really hope they get it done. I think, although he's not Kevin Durant, he's a notch below, maybe 2 notches below Kevin Durant, but I think a player like that is good enough to get them back to championship.
I'm sorry. I just thought about this. God, that nigga is real African black.
So yeah, I say Warriors because I believe he would be that key piece to get them back to the championship because he's gonna do a little more than Wiggins does, just a little less than KD. But I don't think they need a full blown KD player to get back. So that's how I feel. You want him to go first?
I'm gonna go first.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, that's a hard one because I'm a Paul George fan. I want my daughter to get a ring before he retire. And with the Clippers, they need a third person they can rely on. It's only Kawhi and Paul George. They don't really got any big men. The only big man they had was Serge Ibaka and DeMarcus Cousins. Come on now.
And Zubac.
And who?
Zubac.
And yeah, him. If he wants to get rings and develop his game more, I say go to the Warriors. But man, go right there to the Clippers and help my boy Paul George. And get that ring. That'd be a good three though. That'd be a good three. Kawhi, Paul George, and Pascal.
Pascal
Pascal.
Siakam. Who's your number boy?
First of all, I don't know why the Kings in discussion. Like, who wants to get traded to the Kings? That's the first thing. That's the first thing.
Kings ain't
Kings
been
is because to see Williams, you know. No, and Jason Williams. But
White chocolate.
Yeah,
White chocolate. Yeah. So, I don't see him fitting in with the Warriors unless he's willing to come off the bench. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to mess up. They shouldn't mess up that starting lineup. You know what I'm saying? The system that they already got in place for somebody like Siakam. You know, to me, he's more of a leader type person. Now, he can fit with the Clippers. Slide him to the forward, and then you got a point forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a little bit off of Paul and Kawhi. You dig what I'm saying? You could debate me after this. I don't care about the fifth. All I want to say.
I wouldn't go interrupt.
But yeah, I mean, like you said, if you want to chase rings, of course you go to the Warriors. But I don't see that matching to it unless he's willing to come off the bench. If he comes off the bench, that's a different story. If he don't want to come off the bench, then you gotta go to the Clippers.
Draymond Green played the 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he would play the 3 with the Warriors.
Huh?
He would play the 3 with the Warriors. Siakam.
But I mean,
So let me.
you could drop Wiggins to the bench.
Wiggins would definitely have to go in the trade.
Oh yeah, you right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So here's where I was gonna go with my 2 points with the Clippers. If I'm Toronto, for the Clippers, they don't have enough to give me without giving me Paul George or Kawhi. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna take one of those two back.
Right.
Versus the Warriors, they got a lot of interesting young pieces that could help me build towards my future.
Right.
Versus the Clippers, they have nothing but you gonna have to give me Paul George or
I wasn't thinking trade Wiggins, so that's why you was thinking put him in the lineup. I give you the
trade. You know what I'm saying? And so the second thing is I kind of see him and Kawhi as the same player. Like I don't see the fit between him and Kawhi Leonard.
So I get why you say he would be a Durant to the Warriors because I get it.
I
wasn't thinking that.
I don't see how they play together. Now, granted, so just say this season may be a lost season for the Clippers. So just say if you get Pascal Siakam and trade Paul George. Well, now you got Siakam coming to a new team by himself. He's running. Because Kawhi gonna be out 8 to 12 months. 6 to 8 months, somewhere in this, between 6 and 12, somewhere in that gap. So he may come back right in time for playoffs, or he may miss the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? They don't know yet. You know, because that's a long recovery from an ACL surgery. So that would be Siakam on a new team by himself. This season is a lost cause. But next season, I still don't see Siakam and Kawhi leading this team and fitting together. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
That was just my thinking behind it. You know.
That makes sense. You know, I give you, like I said, I wasn't thinking you talking about trading Wiggins. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking you trying to keep all of them and all that. It never dawned on me that in order for him to go somewhere,
he got
he's
to
their
be traded.
star. They got to trade something. I got to say. So yeah, definitely the Warriors then. Period. You got a good chance of getting a ring, and you can be a big leader. Because I mean, you know, they did it with KD. They could do it with a downgraded version of KD. So
Right.
I get what your point.
The only downgrade part is he's not a
He's
good
not a
shooter.
He's not a great shooter
Right.
because he can shoot. He's just not
He's
a great
just
shooter.
not
He remind
capable
me of a
of
skinny Giannis. Think about it. He's just not as strong.
Right.
He got better handles. Neither one of these need jump. They both long, play good defense, and are dominant. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, they basically the same person. So I get what you're saying.
Right.
He in between Giannis and KD.
Right.
Good point.
So you want to come over to my side too?
Man, don't do that.
He really just he was trying to get Paul George some help. But
Now,
of course,
Paul George and Kawhi.
so if
Paul George and Lino.
if the Clippers somehow found a way to get him without giving up Kawhi or George, I still don't see that fit work.
What?
Them three together, I still don't see that. You know, if they found a way to get him without giving up Paul George.
Well, yeah. I mean, I do feel like I do, cause you know he's a point forward, like you said. You got Kawhi that can shoot, Paul George can shoot. You know what I'm saying? If he get trapped up in the lane, he can always kick it out.
That don't always
The
work. That
Clippers-
don't always work when neither one of the niggas shoot good.
The Clippers need a real point guard, like not no point forward. You know, nobody that can handle the ball. They need a true point guard.
Did I see they might be trying to trade Patrick Beverly somewhere?
They need to.
I might have missed that.
Maybe to Philly, if I ain't mistaken. What you think about that? If Pat Beverly was to go to Philly, man.
Pat Bev don't do it for me. I mean, he don't swing the balance for me nowhere. Like Pat Bev ain't nobody.
He
But
just a bully.
yeah, he's a little small bully. He's like a little net, bro. Like move, move, man.
That's one ugly nigga, bro.
And you talking about
Hey, that nigga was fond of him, bro. Like that guy, dog, man.
man? So yeah, I mean, it'll help them on a little bit on defense, but he'll move the needle for me.
Move the lead, I like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So next topic. You all right?
Man, my stomach.
Oh man. Oh man.
Not on TV. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Go back to the show.
So check this out, man. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back to you guys in a minute and finish up our next topic. So yeah, we got one extra break this show. We'll see y'all on the other side of the break, man.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make more money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Now back to the show.
What's up, fam? We are back from our short break. Not sure why he's laughing, but we got a big topic to talk about. We kind of mentioned it last week. For those of you that have watched last week's episode, if you haven't, please, ma'am, please, sir, go back, like, subscribe, comment on that episode. What's wrong?
I was about to say, please shim. Like he, she's. Him, she.
All right. Patrick Mahomes, I don't know if it was last offseason or offseason before, signed a 10-year, $500 million contract with the Kansas City Chiefs. His average salary is, for the next couple years is going to be anywhere from $29 million to $59 million a year. He gets a training bonus just to work out and train of $550,000 every year just for working out. You understand? I don't know. That's some real motivation to work out, but that's some motivation to work out. So, Drum Boy D, what you think about that contract, man?
That's stupid, bro.
Stupid.
You can just sold your soul, dog. Like, even if you want to go somewhere and just take your talent somewhere, that's a wrap, dog. You're gonna die, Kansas Chief. You know what I'm saying? Like, he should have negotiated better, or whoever handles his business, they should negotiate.
Would you got a shorter deal?
Shorter deal, most definitely. Because I mean, let's just say something go wrong when he don't like it, and he really want to be out of it. You know how you can have that option. He ain't got that option because you stuck now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can just sold yourself to a team. You know, what if you come into a situation where your GM become racist? now you stuck in that situation. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with it. You know, now they really gonna own you. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying it's gonna happen, but
That's a
anything.
hard contract to trade.
Like,
You know, that's
That's
what
hard
I'm
to
saying.
trade.
You know, so you have no negotiation options, nothing. You're guaranteed. You have to, and then we don't know the details of this contract to where you might have to bring them 3 chips. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a lot of stuff you might have to do that you probably won't be able to, maybe because you might get injured. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot that can go on. I wouldn't have did that.
Right. And so for those of you watching, so the $500 million, all of it is not guaranteed, but it's incentive. Some of it is incentive based. So if he hits a lot of those, if he hits all of those incentives that they put in place, whatever they may be, then at the end of the contract he would have accumulated the whole $500 million. But I think between 300 and 400 of it is guaranteed. But you know, he's still banking if he missed some of those incentives. Just think about that contract.
that man is bondage to Kansas Chief. You is Kansas Chief slaves. You move when they say move. You jump. You say how high. You eat when they tell you to eat. Like, bruh, ain't no sport is that great for me to sign a 10-year. I don't care how broke I am. Cause I know, like, let's, for example, if Kansas Chief get the saddest players on their roster,
You stuck with this.
you stuck with that. Nigga, you going from 0 to 16 the whole season.
17. They added extra game.
Oh, 17.
They
0
got
to
an extra game. Well, this is the first season they're adding one extra game, so it's 17 now.
like
record.
the game.
Oh,
like,
0 and 17.
the
What you
record.
saying? Okay.
Yeah, like, bruh, you really just liked everything. You just sold your soul. And nigga was money hungry, so yeah.
So I'm glad you brought up the record because that brought up another topic just now that I thought about. So a lot of the NFL players were mad or not on board about adding that one extra game. So going from 16 games to 17 games regular season, they didn't like it. They didn't like the move.
Nigga, that one game could probably save your whole season. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like,
And I think most of them were on the opposite side of that's one extra game for me to get hurt because their sport is a lot more physical
I see.
than any other sport. So how do you?
I see it from 2 ways. One, it's always that situation, man, if we had one more game, we could be, you know, so they got to look from that point, but then it could be, man, we should have played this one last game. You know what I'm saying? So it's a pro and a con, it's a blessing and a curse. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, I'm torn between. If it was me, I would say it depending on the team. If we give me a sorry team. Jets.
Yeah.
If we the Jets, thank God for 17 games. you know, like real talk.
If you the Jets, you looking at going 0-17.
Well, again, it's a pro and a con. It's because we have a good season, but then we
you're
tired
right.
somebody,
So you got,
and we need that one more game.
So if you are the Jets and you go 0-16, we got one more chance to at least get one.
So at least, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, all we need is one, you know? But both points make a good, especially the injury part, you know, because it's more wear and tear on their body, so ain't no resting with them.
You're right.
So that one game could be a career ending game for them. So I get it.
So if you was a player, would you be in the middle too, or which do you prefer?
At first, I was like, of course I won't add extra game, but y'all made sense when I say is football is the most physical sport.
Right.
My throat parched. It's the most physical game.
Right.
So you know you get hurt and possibly in your career just by that one extra game. But man, I used to always think like, why football got so many? I mean, why they got so little of games, you know? And then they only play one game out the week.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
It's so physical though.
Yeah.
It's so physical.
Yeah.
Man, you can't play no football game 2-3
Twice
times a week.
Yeah, about to say, twice a week, dog.
No, indeed, you'll never make
You
it to
need
the
the rest of
end
that
the
week to
season.
shake back.
Yeah.
Along with practice. You know,
Right.
you still got to
Right.
endure physicality during practice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't care what nobody say. Other than the quarterback, them niggas still hit you. Like, they don't touch the quarterback in practice, I'm sure.
Right.
But everybody else, y'all gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I got you. Like I said, I'm kind of in the middle. At first, I was like, "What y'all mad about?"
Right.
I just one game. It was one game, but then as I saw their point of view, it was like, yeah, if you just say, all right, y'all going through the first 16 games, everybody healthy, good. Normally we'll be starting the playoffs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Normally we'll be getting ready to go for the championship. But just say you get hurt game 17. That could have been a playoff game that you were helping your team win versus just another regular season game. You know, and I guess, you know, that could happen any game, 1 through 17.
Right.
You know, the chances of you getting hurt are just the same. It's just one extra chance of getting hurt, I guess.
I also feel like this, and I've seen, you know, them do it sometimes. If you in a position of you winning already, sit them boys, man.
I was just about to say
Start
that.
it and then sit them. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
about to
Like, you still can. It's not as easy done as it is in the NBA because
Right.
the NBA is softer. You know what I'm saying? Which I feel like you should have more leeway in the NFL because you're taking the most damage. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, start that first half, first quarter, maybe like that. You know, and then if it's a game where you 15 and 1, nigga, man, forget that game. You know what I'm saying? Because you know the conference, or even if you middleweight,
Right.
if you dead last, you don't make no sense.
No, I'm gonna tell y'all though. Everybody ain't got that mentality. Patrick Mahomes already said he looking to go undefeated this year.
Well, no, and I get that. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I mean,
But no, I was just bringing up him.
right,
you know?
right.
So, you know, y'all think he can pull it off? I mean,
They told that man to say that.
That's a good point.
you don't think he really want it?
Good point.
I
It ain't
don't
really
know.
want no more. It
I
ain't really
don't know
want no more.
because you gotta think about it. The Warriors, Steph was going for that record. They would not come out of games late.
But then you got to look at that though.
Some
And
people-
Patrick, when you
some
look at
people
that
won.
too. What happened though? They didn't win because they body shut down on them in the end. You know what I'm saying? So with football, they already gonna be trying to knock you off because you can't be like this nigga can't be. He's hard to be touched. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they can't touch you and they want to, they gonna add extra hit. You know that extra pressure on you to hit you. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't try and go with 17 though, man. You know, like don't chase records, bro. Nobody but Jordan never did that. And he didn't chase him. I'm saying, like, I'm trying to set a record, then you don't get the ultimate goal. You know what I'm saying? Or get hurt or injured or whatever you want to say.
We off topic, but
It's your show. We ain't off topic.
to
It's your show.
to the main topic, I see what y'all saying about him being bonded to them, but I see it the opposite way. I see them being, you know, his slave. Cause you gotta think about it. I invested all this money into him. I got to take care of that. I have to make sure, you know what I'm saying? I got to make sure he got everything he want. He got everything he need because I done invested all this money into this guy.
Right.
I basically said, this is my guy from here until almost the end of his, well, he's in his 20s, so he, you know, they're trying to play till they
I don't
40
like
now.
them.
So,
I don't like them niggas, man.
so I mean, for the next 10 years, basically, this is the guy I'm going with. This is the guy I'm rolling with. So I gotta cater to him to make sure he stay happy.
Yeah, I
You
feel.
see what I'm saying?
I feel your point too.
I mean, I see it both ways though.
Right,
I
right.
see it
I
both
feel
ways.
your point,
They
too.
kind of slaves to each other.
They're in the entanglement.
Facts.
Two-way entanglement.
Facts.
See, if I was Patrick Mahomes, then I would take advantage. Look, I need you to send $2 million to Africa right now. Take care of my motherland. If you want to
Take care of motherland. I'm about to say who in
I'm
Africa. Who in Africa? That's what I was thinking. I was like,
man. No,
say
man.
$2 million to Africa?
Yeah, I'm gonna get in charge now.
Now he should
Take
throw
care of
some of that
motherland.
money to charity though, bro.
I'm sure he probably do.
Man,
I think he's a very charitable man. And then all that money he making from the State Farm commercials, dude, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Dude, thank you. So yeah, that's our bid on Patrick Mahomes. Man, these sports leagues are handing out money like crazy. We got another big one to talk about next week. We'll talk about we'll talk about it next week. But transitioning to our next topic, the Ball brothers. A lot of sports fans, you guys know who they are because their dad made so much noise in the media a couple years ago, Mr. LeVar Ball. And we talking Lonzo and LaMelo. I was about to say Leandro. Joe. He on a summer league team. He made 5 threes the other game.
Who summer league team?
Charlotte.
Okay.
Jello. He on Charlotte.
Wait,
summer
because
league
he
team.
coming in, huh?
I don't think they don't got no place for no shooting guard for
No,
sure.
so he's older than Melo.
He the middle.
So yeah, he's just been bouncing up. Like Detroit signed him, and before the season started, they let him go. Last season, the season before that.
Oh, so he been around. Yeah, he showed.
I just don't think he got signed the season before that. So Charlotte is giving him a chance. He's on their summer league team.
Okay.
Like I said, he did good game 1. Game 2, he had about 10 points.
What really messed him up? He went to jail. His college year in China.
That was him. Yeah, that was Jello. Yeah.
That's what really messed him up. Then he went overseas.
That man named Jello.
Shake.
Jello, bro.
Yeah, Melo, Jello, and Lonzo.
Lonzo somebody wrote man.
Lonzo.
With a mustache.
Jello. Go ahead, G.
You first.
For me,
Lonzo or Melo, who would you rather have?
Lonzo.
Okay.
Because defense and the offense that he give.
Okay.
LaMelo defense ain't really developed yet.
Okay.
He rely on his offense. That's why Charlotte got him, because his offense and his height and all that. But Lonzo is more developed in the NBA more than LaMelo. So I'm taking defense and offense, not just offense.
Now that surprised me because you're a big LaMelo fan, so I really thought you was gonna say.
But I mean, when it comes to me winning games and when you winning chips, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
Your drummer boy.
I feel like his defense is pretty good. So I'm gonna go with LaMelo because he does. He reason why I say he do more than Lonzo because he shoots better. Lights out, period. From every angle. He shoot better than Lonzo. Tell me I'm wrong, right?
A little bit. Not by much. Lonzo 3-point percentage went up this year, so they
If
bought.
Lonzo is 39, LaMelo 40. It's better. That's all to it. I'm picking LaMelo because he shoots better. He does everything better than me, to be honest with you. Like, defense wise, I ain't really watch his defense, but I'm pretty sure he can play a lit defense. He does everything better than Lonzo.
No.
I said it, and I'm gonna keep.
I'm taking Lonzo. I like Lonzo's overall game a little better than Melo.
What's different?
Melo's game, their game is the same, but I think Lonzo does the rebounding and getting his team involved better. Melo is a better scorer. Not that Lonzo can't score. Melo, is a lot more aggressive on the offensive end than Lonzo. So I'm thinking I'll say Lonzo because he's a more pure point guard to me than Melo is. Melo is more like a 2 that can handle it, in my opinion. Melo is an actual point guard, so I would take Melo because of his abilities. Not Melo, I'll take Lonzo because of his abilities. So that's my pick, Lonzo Ball. But
That's so amazing.
Who that is?
Yeah, LaMelo.
I mean, don't talk.
He a better shooter than Lonzo, but
Don't pull up rookie stats.
But this is his first year. I'm about to just go to Lonzo Ball's stats now, and they're not even in comparison to his rookie stats.
Melo shoots. I mean, he's a more aggressive scorer.
My point.
He's
That's
a
what he beats
score.
him at.
He's a score first guard. Melo is a get his team involved first guard.
He can still get everything else done. Is what I'm saying. So to me that's what he beats him at because he helps his team in that area. You know what I'm saying? Man, don't
That's
touch
the
me.
player
You
you
can't
want.
tell me shit.
We want Lonzo.
Well,
You know.
hey, good. I'll take Lonzo. I bet LaMelo won a chip first.
No, stop.
Big.
it.
Want bet money?
Listen,
Want bet
he
money?
gonna get traded.
Want
Big
bet
money.
money?
Let's
Big
get
money.
traded.
Big money. That nigga,
Man, that man ain't winning no
let's
chips
go.
with Charlotte.
Let's go with this. Melo will make it farther in the playoffs than the
This
Bulls
next
will
year?
this season.
Bet.
Wait, you
That's
said
a big
LaMelo?
Bet. LaMelo will make it farther than Lonzo
That's
with
a
the Bulls. Bet.
All right,
Bet.
he hit it, huh?
Bet.
Y'all see
It's
it?
on the footage.
Say I can't put bet.
Hey, bet. Bet.
And he made the bet.
Yeah, I made the bet. I'm
Alright.
sticking on that. All right.
All right.
Next topic. Let's go.
All right. Well, look, we got a great topic coming up. We want to take a break before we get into this one. So yeah, we'll see y'all on the other side of this break. Stay tuned for this next topic.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make more money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Now back to the show.
What's up, fam? We're back again from our break. This last topic, I don't know. It could be a good serious topic, but I don't know who they choosing.
Let me go last. I want to go last.
Alright, we can do that. The next topic is if we could have dinner with any 5 people, dead or alive, who would those 5 people be? What you want? You want to go first? You want me to go? Oh, you want me to go first?
I go first.
You go first. All right, young boy. So you're 5.
Of course, y'all know more than anybody. I got to start with baby boy. Dorian. I mean, of course, all of my kids,
Yes,
but
sir.
especially Dorian. The one I was able to hold in my arms. They got to bury him and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just to see how he'll be right now. You know what I'm saying? Like looking at him, he looked just like me, so I know what kind of child he will be. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely he's number 1 on the list. Second, another conversation that I could really remember will be with my grandfather, Dan Franklin Jr. The little bit I do remember, is good, but to actually have a full grown conversation with him, to learn from him, what he went through, what he did, and stuff like that, kind of help mold me into a much better man that that I know I could possibly be. Elwood Epps, the man that started the family, you know what I'm saying? What's the word? The threshold of the family, if that's right, you know what I'm saying? But the patriarch.
I know they got matriarch. They got patriarch.
Patriarch. We just gonna say he patriarch.
Patriarch.
He was the man in charge. You know what I'm saying? Well respected around the parish. His name can open up doors, could scare you. You know what I'm saying? Put fear and respect in you. So yeah, definitely him. Isabel Medea Epps. One more conversation with her, would be much needed in some situations. And last but not least, my role model, Ronaldin Kennedy. Awesome singer, man. I looked up to him as a kid coming up, singing quartet. Well, me following them while he's singing quartet, but now I still go back and watch videos to learn from him. The little time I had with him on the road, he would call me and he would have a conversation, even text my phone and check up on, make sure I was, straight and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, those 5 will make up a good dinner conversation for me, because I have different experiences with all of them. All of them are good, even though they're all not here, which makes it a sad occasion. But I had good, positive encounters with them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely that's my 5.
I'm gonna do this one first, because this one was a little more far-fetched, but Kobe Bryant. Everybody knows, Kobe was my hero, my favorite basketball player ever, the GOAT to me, in my eyes. Dude was not just a great basketball player, but he was a great person in general. You hear people talk about his IQ, and you watch his interviews, just the way he talk and the details, to the attention to
You
details.
be trying to sound like, so yeah, I get what you're saying. You be trying to act like Kobe.
I don't. the attention to details that the dude had was amazing. You can see it even when he was breaking down film on that little ESPN thing that he was doing. Like, the dude was genius. And so being my idol, he's one person I would have loved to have been able to meet, and he would definitely be one of those people that I would love to have had a dinner conversation with. The rest of mine's kind of mirrors Devin's a little bit. I said my grandfather, Dan Franklin Jr. Definitely would have wanted that time with him. You know, like Drum Boy said, you know, he would have definitely helped me become a better man. Not that my dad or the men in my life have failed me, but
fine job.
right. They don't get me wrong. They didn't fail us. You know, they didn't make us bad men. But I don't know. There's something different about a grandfather. You know, a grandfather's love. You know, I believe that just from the stories that we hear about him, he would have definitely have made
shook
us.
y'all niggas in check, man. What you talking about?
He would have, and like I said, I from the stories I heard, you know, we would have, you know, I would have loved that experience, man. I really would have. The other person I said was his dad, Dan Franklin Sr. I would have loved to. I was young when Grandpa was alive. You know, so basically we were always outside, just running around, playing in the yard. You know, when we would walk down to his house or whatever. I would love to wind the clock back a little bit, or you know, just to change and sit at his feet and just kind of talk to him about life. You know, see what kind of advice he can give. You know, not that I missed it, because like I said, I was just young, you know.
Right.
I wasn't.
You didn't pay attention to details.
Yeah. And now that I'm older, you know, I just wish I would have, you know, kind of sat and talked to him a little more. The next person, as Devin said as well, Edward Epps, who's our great grandfather as well. I would have loved to have been around that man. Very, like Devin said, he started it all. His name still to this day is known in the community, and just the way that he pushed my mama in ministry. Me coming after her, I think we could have had a lot of great ministry conversations. He think he could probably push me to be even better in ministry than I am now. You know, my mama always talked about how he would sit down with her and have Bible study, you know, just him and her. I think that's something that I would have cherished. You know, that's something if I could have had that experience, and I know she does, but I'm just talking about me personally, you know, that's something I would have been able to have. I would have loved that. And then lastly, so Dope Boy can go, Isabel Epps, you know, that's our queen, man. That's our heart. Just to see her face one more time, that smile, that laugh. Yeah, man, it would be great to have those 5 people sit around the table with me and just talk. So that's my 5.
I had to change my whole 5 because y'all, you know.
How you just ruin a serious moment?
I'm just saying because I thought we were doing celebrities and
We don't know them.
So-
I don't.
So
that was
it
my
does
take on it.
It can be celebrities. You know, I had Kobe. You know
okay,
what I'm saying?
I changed
I don't know this
mine. I
nigga.
changed mine. My first one would be, of course, Madea. Madea was a huge impact on the Epps family. Whenever our great grandfather died, you know, she held the family strong. And there was also that woman that we all respected, not just the Epps family, but also the whole community.
Right.
Everybody know Isabel. Isabel taught it everybody, you know. And so yeah, I was there as I grew older. You know, I love to have that one more chance to talk with her, laugh, and you know, I was a D-boy, you know what I'm saying? So I just love to have one more talk, one more dinner with her. The other person I would say would be my grandfather, Dan Franklin. Never met him, but I hear a whole lot of stories. Even when I'm talking with my grandmother, you know, she'll tell me, you know, boy, if your grandfather living, you know, he'll whoop you not having clean shoes, you know. Just learn a whole lot of knowledge, you know. You could talk to your grandmother, but it's just that talk, a man to man with your grandfather. So I wish I had that opportunity to talk to my grandfather. My third person would be I also y'all probably don't know, but Dwayne. He had a child before me with somebody, and it died. I know we brothers, you know, we grew up like brothers. But man, I wish I had an older biological brother. You know, somebody could also teach me something. You know, I always teach my siblings something, but you know, ain't nothing like your older biological brother teaching you something. So man, I just really wish I had a chance to meet him, talk to him, or even see him. You know, the fourth person would be Dwayne daddy. Also hear a lot of stories with him. As I got older, I'm starting to get more closer with my Darazan side of the family. So just learn the history of that, and also I hear stories about him. I would love to. I wish I could have met him, and you know, even learn even more about the Darazan side of the family. And the last person, last but not least, but Edward Epps, you know, the alpha, you know, the man that created the whole Epps family, the top of the tree, you know. Heard a whole lot of stories about him. You know, man was like a powerful man. I also hear about how he used to pray. You know, I got people from New Road, Simsport telling me, boy, your great grandfather used to know how to pray. You know what I'm saying? So I know that he would have been a great impact in in my life, you know, teaching me the ropes and teaching me all about life and also God. So that's my 5 people I wish I could have had dinner with.
Gotcha. And you speak about how people talk about Edward Epps praying, man. To have that man as a prayer warrior praying with us through situations, man, that would have been awesome. But you know, God saw fit otherwise. My saying that I always say to myself, all things work together for the good of us that love him. Those are called according to his purpose. Everything has its reason, man. Everything has its season. We were lit to this earth. We were borrowed to this earth. You know, we all have to go some way. You know, whether it's through death or just through the rapture. You know, we all have to pass and get back to heaven. Some people before we would have liked to, you know, but you know, they're not on our time. They're on God's time. So we just pray that one day, you know, we'll get to see them. And while we're here, we pray that we make them, you know, we make them proud. You know, we do what we feel they would have wanted us to do. I just believe that they're all smiling down on this podcast. I believe that they're with us every step we take with it. We got one more episode of Unit 44 Season 1. So don't forget, tune back in next week. We got some more things we're gonna talk about. We're gonna take about, I think it's like a 2-3 week break. Then we're gonna kick up Season 2 in a couple weeks after that. And we got some special things lined up for Season 2. So y'all stay tuned. We're gonna turn it up a little bit. So continue to like, subscribe, and support. Y'all know what we like to say. As always, 1, 2, 3. Keep your head up.
You did it that.
You did it.
Hey, you did it that time,
You
dog.
did it too.
Hey, bro.
You did it too. You
Yeah.
did it too. Yeah, we out, man. We love y'all. Like, support, run the numbers up. See y'all next week.